Tech, and today we will be looking at the dashboard of our ERP system. So this particular page is the dashboard of our ERP system, which is the very first thing a user sees after they log into the ERP system. So before moving on and looking at all the other essential details, we'll look at some other basic features over here. So on the very first thing at the top we can see over here we'll be able to see the logo of the school or the college who's using the software along with their name, and you can also search a student by their name who is registered on the ERP system. So a search bar is given over here. Then it is followed by this timer, which basically shows how long a user has been using the ERP system or how long they have been logged in for. Then we have these other options. So as we can see, INR, which denotes the currency. So since we are situated in India, then all the currency related modules such as accounting, bank account, or fees management, etc., they'll be measured in the terms of rupees. Hence, we have INR selected over here. Then we have the language, which basically means the language of the system that we are using. So currently, as we can see, we are using the software in the English language. But in case a particular institution wishes to switch the language and use some other regional language, then we have multiple options and we can choose that according to our preference. We also have the switch branch option. So as we know, there are multiple schools, colleges or other institutions which are quite large scale, and hence they have many branches across the city, state or even the country. So it's important that all of those branches are connected together, interlinked and integrated on the software. So hence, all of the branches of that particular institution can be managed from one particular place. And in case you wish to switch the branch and look for the data for some other branch apart from your home branch, then you can simply click over here and you can select the other branch. Over here, we have the notifications icon. So if there are any notifications, for example, as you can see over here, all of them will be visible over here. So any notifications to the students, parents, teachers, etc., they can view it from here. Now we also have the calendar. So as we can see, we have the entire calendar, which we can view at multiple views such as monthly, weekly or daily. And we can also schedule some events if required using this particular option, where we can add the task, the title along with the date and save it. And once they are done, we can strike them out. Next up, we have this task option, wherein any task that we might have scheduled or we might be having, we'll get the reminders from here. And now as we can see, we have 0 pending tasks, so we can see the details regarding that from here. Also, any past events that have already happened and we have striked it out, they can be visible from here. Next up, we have this chat option, wherein we can basically chat with the parents, any student, any member of the staff, or even class groups or the entire school as well from this particular option. So you can just simply select, add the contact and start chatting with them without having to share any personal information such as contact details or numbers, etc. So it's completely secure. And this over here we have the profile of the person who has logged into the system. So as I've logged in as the super admin, I have my profile, password and the logout option along with my picture displaying over here. So the very first thing that we get to see here is this quick actions bar. So before we move into this and look at all of these reports into detail, let me just show you a few other things that we have in the dashboard. So we also have this quick links option, where we can simply click on it and we'll be able to see all of the modules that we have on our ERP system. Also, we have this particular current session mentioned over here. So the current academic session that we have chosen is 2026 to 27. So we have it over here. You can also edit it. Plus we have the search bar option to search for different modules. And as you already know, we have the list of several modules over here, wherein we can just choose any module from either searching for it or clicking at quick links or simply scrolling and navigating to it. And then we can simply choose the module that we wish to see, click on the drop down arrow, and a list of its submodule is visible. So these were all the basics that we can see, and as we move down we have several other important information such as the total number of students, visitors, inquiries, etc. So as we go down, we'll be able to see some basic and crucial information which the management might need on a daily basis. So over here we can see the admissions on an yearly basis, and as we can see, all of the data is represented in a very easy to understand graphical manner so that it's quick and easy to interpret the data. We can also see the class strength, so we can also see it class wise, or we can select a particular class in order to see the data for it. Other things that we have the fees collection status, such as total fees that is due as compared to the fees that has been paid, and also class wise fees, so the fees assigned versus the fees paid for all of the classes individually can be seen from here. We also have an admission inquiry chart as to how many inquiries we have received for a particular class in a particular year. So you can choose the academic year and any class you desire. Or you can also look at the data for all the classes at once. And you can compare how many inquiries you have received as compared to the admissions that have happened. Moving down, lastly we have this class timetable option, where you can simply select the class and the timetable for it will be visible over here. So if we have the data, we'll be able to see all of the scheduled classes on a weekly basis. So similarly, you can generate it for any class that you want. So it's easier and quick to look at the timetable. Now moving back to this particular area where we have multiple reports. So firstly we have the student report option. So as soon as we click on it, we'll be reconnected to another tab, and all of the report options that we could see on the previous tab, we'll be able to see here as well. So first off, we have the student report option, wherein we can select any class and section that we want, along with other necessary details, such as if you want to look for a particular category of students, you can select that. Also, if you wish to look at a specific gender of students, you can then select the data and you'll be able to see all the necessary data such as the class, section, the name, admission roll number of the student, along with the details of their parents, gender, caste, religion, category, and other information such as the admission date, Aadhaar card number. So basically, a basic summary of all the students. Then we have the class and section report, where we have the list of all the class and sections that we have in our school, along with a detail of how many students are there in these classes. We also have an option to view the students. So as we saw that we have 8 students in class 1A. As soon as we click on view students, we'll be able to see a list of all of those 8 students along with some basic information such as their names, class, parents' details, date of birth, gender category and contact details, etc. Now we have the guardian report. So the school also maintains a report regarding the guardian of the students. So in case there's any emergency or any other requirement, it's essential that the data regarding that is also stored very. So over here we have the class section. the admission number, the name of the student, along with other guardian details such as first off the name of the parents, their details, and the name of the guardian if applicable, and contact details and the relation of the guardian with the student. Now we have student history, wherein again we will be required to select the class and the admission year, and the data regarding the student history will be visible over here, along with admission number, the name of the students, the exact date on which the student was admitted into the school, the class start and end, and the session. So there could be multiple academic years involved, along with the number of years the student has been a part of the school, and contact details, guardian number, phone details. All of this is visible over here. Next off, we have these two login credential options, wherein we can select the class and section, so that we have the list of all the students belonging to that class with us, and we can see the username and password for that, so that we have a record of all the users that we have connected on our ERP system, along with their username and credential, passwords, etc. Also, if a student forgets or has some error in connecting to the system, you can also share the credentials with them. Similar for the parents as well. We can select the class and section, and as soon as we click on search, we get the list of the students and their parents. So in case a parent wishes to get the data regarding the credentials, you can send it from here, or also have a complete record of it. Next, we have class subject report. So we can select the class and the section, and by clicking on search, we will have the data regarding the class, the section, the subjects that are being taught, along with the teachers who have been assigned, and the room number in which the class has been conducted. All of these data will be visible. We also have admission report. So firstly, you can select the time frame in which you want to look at. So if I want to look at the admissions that have happened this year, I can select that option. So I have the data of the admissions that have happened in this particular year, along with the admission number, the name of the student, the class in which the student has been enrolled for, the details of the parents, gender category, contact details, the date of birth, and admission date, etc. Next up, we have sibling report. So as we already know, in many cases there are multiple siblings studying in one school as schoolmates or even classmates. So we can see the data for that over here, the details of their parents and guardians, along with the name of the student and their admission date, gender, and class. Now we have student profile. So we can select the year in which the student might have taken admission. So I wish to see the details of the students who have taken admission in this particular year. Select the class and section and click on search, so that I have the data for that particular students who belong to this particular class and this particular academic year. So I'll be able to see all of the data such as admission number, roll number, the basic students of the, as we can see, all of the basic details such as religion, caste, date of birth, gender, name, contact details. There are also other details such as blood group, the house which the student belongs to, height, weight. We also have the discount management option. So in case the student has availed any discount on their fees, that will also be mentioned. The parents' detail, guardian details, and any other details such as current address, permanent address. If the student has opted for the transportation, the bus, then the route list, or if a student is a hostler, then the hostel details and room number. And next, we also have the bank account details, which are useful to see the records regarding all of the fees, payments, etc. Next, we have a student gender ratio report, which helps us to quickly look at the ratio of the boys and girls in all of the class and sections that we have, and also an average of all the girls and students that we have in this ratio format. Now, next we have student teacher ratio report, wherein we'll be able to see the number of students in a particular class as opposed to the number of teachers assigned to them, so that we know the ratio of how many students are there for every teacher. We have class admission. So this report is for the online admissions. So whether they are pending or already admitted, you can click on the search bar and look at them. So you have the data regarding the online admissions, such as the reference number, admission number, the name of the student, the class that they have been enrolled for, mobile number, date of birth, the status regarding the form and the payment, enrollment and amount, etc. So all of the basic details are being visible over here. On the side, we also have a list of some other reports, such as the number of certificates that were issued on a particular date. So as we can see, we have the list of all the certificates that were being issued along with the type, whether they were leaving, bona fide, study certificate, etc. And we also have the option to view them. Next, we have the finance column. So on the finance option, we can see there are multiple type of reports related to the income, expenses, payroll, admission fees, or any other sort of fees, etc. So we can simply select the class and section, click on the search option, and we have the fee statement, such as the different fees groups, the total, the ID payments, the status of the fees, etc. And all of these reports are also available in the individual modules which might be relevant to them, such as the fees module, the accounting, or the transport, etc. modules. And they're also available on the dashboard. So since we know a dashboard is like a very elaborative and essential option, over here we can see the details of all of the different modules that we have in a more concise manner. Similarly, we have the data regarding all of the attendance reports, which are also available in the attendance module, followed by multiple other reports such as examination reports, online exam reports, the reports related to the lesson plans. We also have Maharashtra exam and CBSE exam modules. So there are reports regarding that are also visible over here. Followed by human resource report, where we have multiple sorts of reports such as staff report, leave, payroll, etc. Next, we have homework report to look at the data and information regarding all the homework that has been assigned to the students. Next, we have library reports to look at all the issue, return, and due dates of the books, along with a record of the inventory. Next, we have inventory report. So all of the inventory that the school keeps, which could be regarding anything, it could be stationery, it could be sports equipment or anything. All of that is also visible over here. We also have transport report, where we'll be able to select the class section, the different route list, pickup points, and the vehicles that the school has in possession in order to see the details of the transport. We also have alumni report, so we can select the pass out session, the class and section in order to look at the details of all the past alumni. We also have user activity reports in order to see all the users, staff, or student parents, etc., who have been logging into the system, along with their role, class, IP addresses, login date and time, etc. And we also have an option to clear that user log record. Similarly, we have audit trail report as well, which is a much more detailed record of all the users that have been logging into the system, such as the message, the user's IP address, and the action, etc. Lastly, we have the CBSE examination reports. Similar to the Maharashtra exam, we also have the CBSE exam pattern reports, wherein all of these reports are visible over here. So as we know, we saw multiple options. So all of these options are visible on our dashboard, where we have these multiple options.